Simply shut your eyes for a second and picture the life you've been vowing to yourself. Not the polished highlight reel you scroll through at midnight, but the small, honest picture that sits on the edge of your mind. The book half read the bank account with 2 additional digits, the conversation you owe to someone you love, the morning routine you keep saying you will start on Monday. Now open your eyes and ask yourself this. What if those futures were not distant possibilities but immediate repercussions of tiny decisions you make today? That is not fantasy. That is the reality most run away from, because the work of today requires a kind of attention we call discipline, and the quiet courage to choose small actions over spectacular intentions. The moment you realize that the future is not a forecast but a ledger of choices you keep making, you shift from observer to designer. That shift is less theatric than an epiphany and more powerful because it can be repeated. You make 3 decisions today to get up and stretch when fear paralyzes you, to say yes to the one conversation that scares you. Those decisions don't explode into immediate success. They require you to be patient, they compound like interest, and one day you'll look back and realize the life you live today was constructed from those seemingly inconsequential building blocks. There is a comfortable cruelty to delay and a merciful kindness to action. Delay is easy since it enables you to maintain your identity without risk. You can talk about your dreams without being measured by them. However, the cost accrues gradually. A month becomes a year and years become decades before you bear the weight. The Stoic philosophers were uncompromising in this regard. They told you to do what you can and let go of what you cannot. The daily choices are well within the circle you can control. You can control whether you get up 10 minutes earlier, whether you call the doctor, whether you send an email. You cannot fully control whether the world applauds. That is the mercy. Your work is to show up, not to produce outcomes. When you do what is within your control, something extraordinary happens. Your future begins to resemble you. Balance is the secret thread throughout all fulfilling lives. Balance between depth and lightness, seriousness and playfulness, planning and improvisation. You can be committed without being solemn. You can aim for mastery without turning into a person who only exists in the future. There is such a thing as happiness and learning as you go and making terrible coffee and laughing at it and speaking a language terribly and then celebrating the little progress the next week. That happiness makes consistency possible. If every step towards your future feels like a chore, you will give up. If your path is all play and no substance, you flail. The key is to build tiny rituals that carry gravity. A daily page, a 20-minute practice, a weekly check-in that is honest, not self-torturing. The future you want is built on repetitive actions, neither flashy nor dull, often both repeated over and over with patience. Think of time as a craftsmanship. A craftsman shapes raw wood not in a single attempt, but with successive removals and awareness. The future is this shaped object. Each decision is a shave, a sanding, a subtle correction. You are likely attracted to systems, apps, and hacks because they offer the potential for leverage. Use them by all means, but do not outsource attention. The deepest change happens when you anchor small actions to values. Values are the lodestar when the storms of everyday life howl. If curiosity is your value, introduce experiments in your day. If kindness is your value, take a moment to connect with another human. If courage is your value, do the action that makes your nervous system twitch. Stoics taught that the present moment is where virtue gets experienced. Philosophy here is not some high-flown ideas, it is a way of life. It asks how you can live now so the future is determined by meaning instead of panic. You don't become disciplined to look disciplined. You do it to remove drama from your day. A solid routine makes your brain a calm place to live. Imagine how many decisions you burn before breakfast when nothing is set. Clothes, food, timing, whether to train, how hard, where, with whom. That's a bonfire of willpower. Goggins cuts that down. Clothes laid out, session set, route chosen, playlist ready, mirror, check, journal, check, hydration, check. He protects his energy by refusing to renegotiate with feelings. This doesn't make him a robot. It frees him to be more present where presence matters. Stoic wisdom again. Rehearse adversity in your mind so it doesn't surprise you in life. That means you expect resistance. You plan for the rain, the bad sleep, the long day at work. You don't throw a tantrum when it happens. You adjust. You keep the bar low enough to clear when the day is heavy, and high enough to stretch when the day is light. It's not either or. It's a living scale. The philosophy is simple. Own the morning, own the mind, own the mind, own the day. When the alarm rings, there's a brief negotiation. You can end it faster by standing up before your thoughts assemble. Movement before meaning. Then choose a first win that wakes the system. Cold water on your face. 5 minutes of mobility. A short walk under the sky. This is not productivity theater. It's a signal. I drive. After that, the work. Cardio or strength. Long or short. Steady or hard. The details can shift with your goals. The principle is fixed. Keep the promise. Make it measurable. Minutes, miles, sets, pages. Then treat the rest of the day like a series of gates. Each gate opens when you bring attention and effort. Between gates, breathe. The breath is a reset button you carry everywhere. Inhale through the nose. Slow exhale. That's Stoic training too. You're teaching your nervous system to listen to you. The voice inside will throw lines at you. You're tired. This is pointless. You'll start tomorrow. Answer with evidence. I've done tired days before. I've made progress from worse spots. Tomorrow gets built by what I do today. Reach into the cookie jar. Remember the hill you ran, the exam you passed, the month you stayed consistent. Proof beats doubt. There's room for joy here. Play with challenges. Race the clock for fun. Put a song on repeat. Leave a sticky note for your future self with a dumb joke. Laugh when the bar feels heavy and lift it anyway. That's not pretending it's easy. That's refusing to give your struggle the last word. And be kind to the people around you. Discipline without compassion turns you inward and small. Discipline with compassion makes you generous. Help someone else start. Share your plan. Invite a friend to walk. Tell the truth about your misses. That's strength too. In the evening, you land the plane. Light walk, stretch, journal a few lines. What did I do well? What will I improve tomorrow? What am I grateful for right now? Simple questions, real answers. This is how you stitch your days together. You go to bed a little more trusted by yourself than you were in the morning. Over time, that trust changes everything. You stop performing discipline and start living it. You stop chasing motivation and start cultivating it with action. Motivation isn't a spark that finds you. It's a fire you tend with what you carry. Some days all you have is a twig. Fine. Put it on. Keep your promise, even if the promise is small. That's how a mindset hardens into character. If you've read this far, maybe you're ready to start or restart. Good. Let today be boring and strong. Let it be humble and steady. Choose one thing. Do it like it matters, because it does. And if you're willing, share what you're taking from this, or what you're wrestling with. Your story might be the proof someone else needs. Drop a thought, a win, a question. I'll read it. Others will too. We build harder minds together, one honest rep at a time. Wake before your excuses. Put the alarm where you have to stand to silence it. Don't wait for a feeling. Stand, drink water, and move. 5 minutes of mobility and a short walk outside. Let the sky remind you that the world is bigger than your mood. This is the first win. Small, sure, but you're teaching your brain who leads. Keep it quiet and simple. Shoes, water, breath. No scrolling. If you're exhausted, shorten the walk, not the promise. You're chasing consistency, not heroics. Face the accountability mirror. 1 page, 3 prompts. What I will do today, what might get in the way, how I'll handle it. Keep language honest and kind. No fantasy goals, only clear actions. Minutes, miles, sets, pages, calls. Tape a short truth on the mirror like, show up, even slow. Read it out loud. That sentence is your thread for the day. You'll return to it when your mind tries to wander or bail. Train your body early, cardio or strength, based on your plan. If you're new, set a floor, 20 minutes of movement every morning. If you're advanced, follow your cycle, but keep a morning dose. Effort over ego. Track something you can measure. Time on feet, representatives completed, distance covered. Goggins leans into discomfort to callous the mind. You can do that safely by holding steady effort on days you're tempted to skip. When you want to quit, count 10 slow breaths and finish the rep or the minute you're in.